3, 2, 1, and start. Okay, I picked up your dead bodies, Isambard. It is good to see you returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? I did. And to show that they are corpses, they put a little flower, little white flower, to represent the corpses. With the bodies given back proper to the earth, these souls will find their way across to the other side. You have done a noble deed this day. I thank you. Now then, what of the Amalja? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. Ah, so there were Alamaja remaining, after all. I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed. But I sense there is more to more than this than meets the eye. The occasional Amalja braiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Drybones every day, and even if it were one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? 'Tis a good question. See what poor people think. What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? It may be among them that we find the reason for these vanishing. 12 forbid it be so. There is a merchant by the name of Ungust who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the inn, quaffling away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not like to speak to you. Alright, let's go find him at the bar or whatever. Is he over here? Yeah, here he is. At the bar. Belch. Well, gods be damned. You're that bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Old Da. What in the seven hells do you want with me now? Yeah, he's that guy who basically threatened to rape that girl with a bunch of, thugs. On a lie. So apparently his name is Ungust. Here's a letter. Dear friend, Bilch. Missing people, please help. Yours, Isambard. Folk around here are as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run if you so much as pass wind nearby. Played them all for fools and coaxed them some hard labor out of them, I did. Yeah, I bet you scammed the shit out of them. If anything, they're even more timid than before, what with all the disappearances. You can go and talk to them yourself if you don't believe me. Nah, that guy's fucking useless. Fine, I will talk to them myself. Let's see. Here's a hungry beggar. I think it's a guy. He's just kind of in like a long white and beige coat with some short blue hair. And it says it's raining outside in the game. It's coming down pretty good. Please, miss, just leave me be. And he just straight up runs off. Let's talk to this one. Devious Derelict. It's a Lalafell. Again, the same coat as the previous guy, white and beige. And kind of has like short grayish hair, I think. I have nothing to say but this. Thal take who, or whatever's been feeding off us low folk. And they run off too. Alright, bye. How about Petrified Pauper? Again, same coat. Pretty much the same short gray hair as the other guy, except he's not a Lalafell. He looks like a human to me. What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please, don't kill me. He books it. He's like, nope, I'm gone. Hey, Ungus. Yeah, I hate to say it, but you're right. They don't want to talk to me. Just as I told you, wasn't it? A whole lot of them are terrified. There's been talk of folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and moved on to a better place. This place isn't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, and he just walks off. Don't want to speak to you anyway, you suck. Be glad I didn't kick your ass again. I have half a mind to do it. Isambard. Welcome back, Suicune. Have you learned aught of import? I see. I suppose I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something of use. I can pick a hat. And it's not even a better hat than I'm wearing. It's a crap hat. Fine, I'll take the money. I do like money. I gotta level up. Oh, I thought it was level 30. I'm only level 29. Oh well. Oh, to speak to him, I was like, where's my next quest? It's right here. If we would know what the common folk speak of to their gods, we've no better place to ask than at the Church of Saint Adama Ladama. It is a small and humble church found in the northwest of here. And so long as you are headed there, might I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse? A morbid request, I grant you, but it must be borne to burial, and I trust none more than you to see it done. Seek out a man named Marquis. He tends the graves of the Lich Yard. He will tell you where the body is to be interred. I found the gate to the church area. And along the path, kind of on the side next to the fence here, I see graves. I must be on the right track. Lots and lots of gravestones. And if I look to my left side of the road here, there are 2 Lalafells. And one has a little pick. And they say, I'm not combing the hills for bones again. As they dig into the ground. And there is a dead body there. And there's a woman who is sobbing over the body. I'm assuming it's, a family member of some kind, like brother or husband. Something like that. I don't think they say, but yeah, she's crying over the body of whoever that is. And I see a church. Approaching a church here. Also got people on the right side of the road, another dead body. A lady in white robes. Next to a lady in kind of like a white suit. So here's the Marquis guy. Marqueus. I think that's Marquis. I don't know. I'm gonna call him Marquis anyway. I am Marquis, yes. A body? Of course. There have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, miss. If you seek a place of burial, then there's an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. A little shy, aren't you? Or maybe just really uncomfortable with all the death that you're seeing constantly, which, I mean, understandable. So I go around on the little hill here. There's a grave site, and I can click on that. And I guess I'll click on the body. There we go. Use. Embalmed corpse. I put the embalmed corpse on the ground. And then... what else? Bury the embalmed corpse. And then I buried it and put a few rocks on top of it. Alright. Let's go talk to Marquis again. May they all walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister Orson can. She has been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You will find Sister Orson within the church walls. Let's go inside the church. Yeah, looks like a church. They've got a couple chairs in the back. They've got some pews. Little desk up front. Guy that looks like a priest. He's a wrinkly old man with glasses. Short, neatly combed white hair. With a mustache and a little beard. Orson. Orson has got another set of white robes, so I guess maybe an employee here. I hear you have done us the service of bearing a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude, and extend it to Isambard when you next see him. You seek knowledge of missing Drybone inhabitants? It is true I am closer to the people than any other of the Order. I confide in them, and they in me. When they wish to speak to their keeper, Thal, I am a medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I will be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Marquis would be more helpful in that matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to now prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense at his conduct. I must have words with Marquis, and soon. Thancred was one of the guys in that super secret organization that we're in. He's the Han Solo looking dude. I wonder why he got offended. He seemed like a pretty laid back guy. But I guess everyone's got their limits. Isambard, I did a thing. Thank you, Sukyun. A burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. Were you able to learn aught the missing common folk? You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, Sukyun? Oh, Thancred shows up. Thancred, again, has the black tunic with the white shirt underneath it. Short, kind of scraggly white hair. Again, I'm just calling him the Han Solo of this game. A pleasure, my dear Isambard. The name is Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons and why. I, too, spoke with Ungust, more times than I care to count. I mean, more than once is enough. There seems to be some truth to this notion of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in service to the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unaware than she who takes confession, the good Sister Orson herself? Isambard. Orson? She wouldn't. She couldn't! Thancred. Even the most beautiful rose has thorns, my friend. And you would be wise to keep an eye to this rose. Still, the Lichkeeper Marquis, I'd swear to the 12 I've seen that face elsewhere before. The Marquis just had, a robe on. He's practically covered up. Again, none of these things are better than what I'm wearing. I'd probably like the look of it better, but... ooh, that's a lot of money. It's 2,500 gold. I'll take the gold. I'm rich. Oops. Skip too fast. Isambard. I grow weary of these suspicions. I know there is one child in particular that she is fond of. Pray seek out the boy, Suicune, and see if you cannot glean something from him about Orson's activities. Yeah, I don't think he believes at all that Orson could be involved in this, but I mean, Thancred's got a point. If you want to know someone's secrets, you be one of the, people that takes confession, and you'll know all of people's dirty laundry. So I'm back at the Conjurer's Guild, because it's about time I go do some class quests. I think I'm a couple quests behind. There's this guy here named Brea, or girl, whoever that is. And they are wearing, just like your typical wizardy type clothes, pointy hat, all that good stuff. And I'm gonna go do their quest, because I heard that if I do their quest, I will get a mount. Because I am tired of running everywhere. So hopefully I can use it. Essential oil. Might you perchance be comfortable around Vilekin? If so, I have urgent need of your assistance. You see, I was preparing for the forthcoming auguries when I found, to my great embarrassment, that we lacked the requisite quantity of scarlet oil. If it's not too much to ask, I would be most grateful if you could resupply us in time for the ceremony. Scarlet oil can be harvested from ladybugs, such as those found near the Bannock. 6 of the Vilekin should yield the necessary amount. Pray return to me as soon as you have it. That's it. I assume I don't have it because I can't talk to them again. So, I started that, so now let's go talk to Aisumi Young. Like mother, like daughter. Oh no. Welcome, Suicune. The tales of your deeds reach me even here in the cloistered heart of Stillgate Fane. Glad I am that you have come, for I would ask your assistance in a matter of some delicacy. It concerns, yes, young Sylphie once again. As you can no doubt imagine, the recent revelations concerning her mother have sorely troubled the poor child. It appears Sylphie needed some time alone to sort through the whirlwind of emotions which now beset her. She has, in short, fled from the guild. Oh, great. Fortunately, a party of conjurers who were dispatched to the South Shroud to investigate another instance of corruption sent word that they have spotted our wayward Sylphie. Concerning the importance of their mission, I would not seek to distract the conjurers from their task. Thus, I turn to you to escort Sylphie back here to the guild. You are, I believe, one of the few people to whom she will listen. Pray travel to Buscaron's Druthers and speak with Wolfew. She was the conjurer who first chanced upon Sylphie, and will be able to tell you more of how the young lady fares. Okay. Okay, Brea, I killed your ladybugs for you. Ah, you are back. Have you procured the scarlet oil as I requested? I did, here you go. Yes, everything appears to be in order. The ceremony may proceed as planned. I am grateful to the elementals for delivering you to us. Pray accept this small token of our appreciation. Cool, I got some very out-of-date armor. I mean, this was a level 3 quest, so I'm gonna take the $100. Is that all there was? As an apprentice, I assist the conjurers in all manner of work, from the treatment of visitors to the observance of auguries. There is no greater honor than to serve the people of Gridania. I thought you were supposed to give me a mount or something. What happened to that? I'm gonna have to look it up. Maybe it's not accessed until a certain point. So it turns out I need to complete the level 30 class quest anyway. So let me just continue on then. Wolfway, whatever your name is. Meet again, Suikun. I assume Brother Eisume warned you of the corruption my companions and I have been tasked with purifying here in the South Shroud. The source of this extensive blight is found to the southeast. The shrill, discordant voices of the elementals shriek their dismay in the vicinity of the withered tree ant. I suggest you give the area a wide berth. Considering the potential dangers, you may imagine how alarmed I was to discover young Sylphie wandering around this part of the Twelves Wood. It seems that her mother, a woman who healed with conjury, but remained untrained by the guild, called this region her home. Sophie herself had her head buried in some manner of tomb, but if she is as sensitive to the elementals' murmurings as I am led to believe, then the din within her mind must be driving her to distraction. Pray speak with the child and see that she is well. I would do so myself if current duty were not so pressing. We will in fact be setting out at any moment. Alright, Sylphie, what are you doing? Suikyun? Ah, I should have known that Wolfei would have tattled on me. And Brother Eisume sent you to take me back, didn't he? I mean, yeah, you're gonna get yourself killed. This is where my mother used to live, you know. Right up until she passed on. Folk were grateful for the healing she offered. And this is the journal she used to keep. There's an entry that explains how nature became furious when conjurers used their art. However, there are always more people wounded in battle when mortals abuse the power that is not theirs to take. My mother refused to draw on nature because she was scared of making it angry. Sophie nods. She wouldn't lie about such things, and I want to do what she would have wanted. I'm going to stop using conjury altogether. Ugh! I've never heard the voices this mad before. I bet it's because Wolfei and the others are overusing their art. We have to go and stop them. Well, let's go find out. Sophie. Gods, it's so loud. Can't you hear it? Nature is shrieking in rage. I gotta leave my party. Oh yeah, can't leave the party while I'm in a dialogue box. Alright, now let's go. That was a bunch of Oh, there's a bunch of people. Nature is angry with us. You mustn't use any more conjuring. You're only making nature more furious. This corruption must be silenced. Creatures of the woods know this is wrong. Sophie, I think you're misunderstanding the situation going on here. No, nature sends the thunder and lightning against us. We need more proof. What more proof do you need? Oh no, someone's about to die. Shit, someone died. Oh crap. This actually wouldn't be as difficult if they were in my party, but they're not. So I can't do like the heal me plus heal people around me. I have to actually click on them manually. Which is very difficult when there's a whole bunch of friggin' enemies just swarming us. A lot bigger than we are. Fail these at least once. Come on, let's die. Don't know how many we started with. I think we started with 4 or 5, and now we only see 2. I was not very good at keeping everything here high. One though, that's good. So these surrounded by 3 of our conjuring members. I can't believe nature actually helped us. There was nothing scary about it at all. I might still wonder if it really was safe for conjurers to borrow that power if I hadn't seen the way you wield it. Nothing could seem more natural. I think it's time I went back to the guild. There are a few things I need to collect first, so please go on ahead without me. Let's head to the guild real quick. Sometimes nature gets all corrupted and they need someone outside of nature to fix it, I guess. I wonder how long that's been going on, though. Like, what happened before? Like, before humans showed up? How did nature resolve corruption and stuff? Alright, Aisumiyan. Welcome back, Suicune. And you also, Sylphie. Sylphie. Brother Izumi, I'm sorry I ran away like that. I understand, child. Did you find the answers you sought? Yes, thanks to Suicune. She showed me that nature was nothing to be afraid of. I think I know why my mother refused to call upon its power. She believed the act caused suffering to nature itself. I see. So it was her very love for nature that prevented her from drawing on its strength. Tell me, Sylphie, has the fog of indecision now lifted from your mind? It has, Guildmaster. I understand now why my mother chose the path she did. Guildmaster nods. Full glad I am to hear that, for I must ask you one more question. Yes, Brother Izumi? When you first witnessed Suicune cleanse a corrupted element, you mentioned hearing voices. How exactly did they sound? The voices? Well, they sounded joyful, like a crowd letting out a sudden cheer. I really heard them, I swear. I'm sure you did, Sylphie. This is a gift. Conjurers may sense the power of nature and borrow from its strength, but not all can hear its whispers. What you describe are the voices of the elementals. You may very well possess the talent to become a hearer. A hearer? Of course. Much relies on your studies of conjuring. You have a natural aptitude, but have thus far lacked commitment. You must not neglect your training, Sylphie. Sylphie nods. Putting aside such matters for a moment, I am curious to hear about the disturbance you observed in the South Shroud, Suicune. I assume for the reports I have received that it was of a different magnitude to those which you have previously encountered. Am I correct? This bodes ill. The creatures known as mud pies are not native to the Twelveswood. I wonder what relation this may have to the seemingly ever-increasing frequency of these disturbances. Something beyond the damage wrought by the calamity afflicts the Twelveswood. I shall commune with the elementals and seek to identify this threat. Suicune, Sylphie, I may have need of you both before long. Until then, give yourselves over to the study of our art. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path. I nod. And I have the option of choosing clothing. Oh, these are actually level-appropriate clothing. And slightly better than what I'm actually wearing. Or I could take 500 gold, but I got plenty of money. What I probably need now is an outfit that's not... Oh, those... ring bands? Actually, I think I'll take the ring bands. Game almost never gives me rings and stuff. I got a new staff. That's cool. I just need to remember to equip my stuff. That usually seems to be the thing I forget to do. In Nature's Embrace. Ah, Suicune, your presence here is most welcome. I have another task to which your maturing skills are well suited. Attend me closely. Expansive wounds that ooze corruption have formed throughout the forest. After examining the trace of the sizable disturbance you previously cleansed, I can only conclude that this phenomenon is the work of a malign agent. It must be found swiftly, lest the corruption spread, and I would have you assist in this investigation. Sylphie, Guildmaster, you must let me help! Sylphie? Since I got back from the South Shroud, I've spent all my time studying the forces of nature. I even sat through one of Hero Nolan's lectures. The 12's Wood is crying out in pain. My skills are still a bit lacking in some areas, but I want to do what I can for the forest. Lacking? Sylphie, you have yet to master a single offensive spell. Without the means to defend yourself, it would be far too dangerous to send you off into the forest alone. So, am I to stay here then? Not necessarily. Suicune, with your consent, I would have Sylphie accompanying you once more. I do not propose this arrangement solely with her safety in mind. Given the nature of the investigation, it is like that Sylphie's innate talent for hearing will prove as useful to you as your conjuring will to her. There is much you might accomplish together. I nod. Sylphie, you are not to approach any sources of corruption without Suicune at your side. Do I make myself clear? And should you chance to encounter the origin of these disturbances, do not initiate confrontation. Too often you allow your curiosity to overwhelm your good sense. Now go, and may the elementals watch over you. Yes, Guildmaster. Something tells me we should start at Quarry Mill in the South Shroud. Meet me there as soon as you can, Suicune. And hurry, the corruption is spreading. I nod. So I found the source of the corruption, and it turns out it was an angry rock. And so I beat up the angry rock. Now I'm going to go talk to Sylphie. That was brilliant, Suicune. But it was only the start. The forest still groans in pain. I can hear it. I think it's coming from the north. No, the northeast. Let's go and have a look. Okay, beat up another angry rock. You're doing really well, Suicune. But I think there's another one. And, well, it calls to me even more fervently than the last. It's to the east, I think. Yes, to the east. Alright, so another angry rock down. Nice work. The earth here feels healed. And yet, there's another disturbance, and it's big. Really big. It's hard to describe, but it feels sort of wronger, I think. I think it might be what's causing all of this. I know Brother Asumi said we weren't to confront it, but we can't just let it corrupt the rest of the forest. And however powerful it is, it can't be any more powerful than you. You're amazing. What I mean to say is, I'm willing to risk a scolding if you are. It's not far from here. Somewhere to the southeast, I think. Shall we at least have a closer look? I think she's getting a little, enamored by me there. She's a little bit starstruck. I mean, I am pretty amazing. I can't falter for that. Yeah, that's what I thought. A level sync dungeon I had to leave my party for. It's still kind of annoying, but whatever. Sylphie looks very worried. I don't think you need to be able to hear the voices of the forest to notice that, do you, Suicune? The corruption is definitely coming from somewhere around here. She looks so worried. That's odd. As soon as we arrived, that sense of wrongness I had suddenly felt less... Well, it just felt less. Like it ran off somewhere? Can corruption run off somewhere? I sort of walk a few feet. It's almost as if it's holding its breath. Or hiding. Ah, it's suppressing its power level. Now look around. Do you see that? Just in that one spot there. The air seems wrong. Oh. Swirly evilness. Ah! Oh gosh. That is it's a giant eyeball bat thing. Just Cyclops for one. It's like most of its body is a giant eyeball with a huge mouth, bat-like wings, and spindly arms and legs. This creature is a void scent. I heard Brother Isumi speak of them. Be careful, Suicune. You'll be paralyzed if you meet its gaze. Alright, well then I guess I'll try not to do that. Though my thing has me where I look towards the enemy. Look away! I think I only have to look away if there's like a thing on it. I can feel it. The strength of nature flows. I couldn't read what that was. It's drawing power from the corruption. We have to cleanse the disturbance first. Alright. Let's beat up again. There. Die, Angry Rock. Now to beat the Akomen. Oh, look away. This is level question mark. Level it is, but I'm kicking its butt, so lower level than me, I know that. The corruption attracts the worst kind of monsters. Yeah, it does, but power is so incredible. I feel like I can do anything. Oh, I better heal myself. Sophia, why aren't you healing me? There. Away. Sophie, are you doing ice attacks? Oh, she's getting my ass handed to me. Not like that. Look away. There we go. Whew. That was a close one. Oh no, Sophie faints. Now it's pouring rain outside. Isn't it amazing, Suicune? She holds her right hand out to the sky. Did the breeze always feel this good? She lies on her back staring at the sky. Was the ground always this warm? I'm so glad I finally understand. I just wish I could tell my mother how incredible nature feels. She stands up. Oh, you're injured. Here. She claps her hands in front of her for a moment, then thrusts them out towards me in a giving gesture. Don't worry, healing doesn't drain me anymore. Not since I learned how to borrow from nature. And I have you to thank for that, Suicune. Let's return to the guild. We have to explain everything to Brother Eisume. I nod. He broke the rules, but, you know, he also saved the forest, so it's okay. And neither of us died. That's a bonus. Guildmaster, I live! We live! Welcome back, Suicune, Sylphie. Our mission was a success, Guildmaster. Quite. I take it the two of you conspired to defy my orders? Well, the force was suffering. We couldn't just walk away. It's not Suicune's fault. It's mine. It was all my idea. I take full responsibility. Calm yourself, child. You did nothing I did not foresee. I am of no mind to lecture you. Indeed, Gridania is indebted to you for your heroic deeds. The corruption born of Akomans had taken root in the calamity-weakened soil. There is no telling how much further it might have spread if you had not defeated this creature. And if I am not mistaken, Sylphie, you succeeded in drawing upon the energies of nature during the battle. How did you... Yes, I did. I'm not really sure how it happened. I remember thinking how badly I wanted to help Suicune, and then I suddenly felt the power surging through me. The Guildmaster nods. That is as it should be. One does not simply choose to borrow from nature's strength. The mind may command only that which the heart permits. In your desperation to help your friend, you opened your heart to nature, and nature responded to your need. He looks to me. But we must not forget your part in this, Suicune. It is clear to me that your journey with Sylphie has brought you still closer to the pinnacle of our art. I believe you are ready for the last of my teachings. Thus, it is with great pleasure that I pass on another of our guild's magics. A more potent form of the Cure spell is now yours to command. I have no doubt that it will serve you well in your continuing endeavors. Wheresoever you go, nature will go with you, my friend. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path. I nod. Yay, I get another staff. And I can get... I can get some clothes. Or I get a decent amount of money, but I should really get clothes. This looks like a new shirt. It's probably best. Action learned, Cure 2. I thrust my staff into the sky triumphantly. This one time, at level 30, is the achievement I unlocked. See, what happened was... Alright, let's equip it. Wow, that is ugly. I look like a yellow jester. Now I regret... I regret putting this thing on. Holy crap. Alright, Brea. Supposedly you have a mount for me. Unicorn power. Oh, here we go. Unicorn whistle. Alright. Your deeds of late have earned you the respect of all at Stillglade fame. People say you're a breath of fresh air within these still caverns. Truly, you are an inspiration to us all. Having plied you with praise, I would make a request of you. An unusual creature has appeared near Fallgourd Float in the North Shroud. Witnesses report that it is badly wounded. While it hasn't proven itself a danger to the locals, a wounded beast is unpredictable at the best of times. Please find it and provide it with such succor as you are able. Well, now that I've got Cure 2, I can just throw away Cure. Cure 1 sucks. Alright, let's go help a pony. Alright, so I found a unicorn. Yeah, that looks like an injured unicorn. The creature appears to be in great pain. Cure 2. You appear to be in great pain, and yet I am not soothing your pain. Creature appears to be in great pain. Do I need to use an emote? Doesn't seem to be right. Can I soothe it? How about, like, comfort? That didn't seem to work. Sometimes you have to use emotes for stuff, but usually it gives you a prompt. I'm using Cure 2 on it. The heck? The creature appears to be in great pain. Well, I'm trying to heal you. Can I raise? No. How about Insuna? I mean, that'd be silly, but maybe it just wants Cure, even though it just gave me Cure 2. That's not what I wanted. Alright, let's put Cure back on. Cure 1. Oh, seriously, I wanted Cure 1? Unicorn looks happy. It looks at me, then runs off. The creature seems grateful to you. Come on, guys, you make me wait until level 30, which means I have Cure 2, but I could only use Cure 1. But give it as much succor as you can. Okay, whatever. Alright, fix the pony. Let's go back. Okay, Bria. I healed the pony. I don't know if it'll actually let me use it since I haven't done the quest to enable me to use mounts. so I don't know if I can actually use it. So let's see. Welcome back, Suicune. Were you able to find the creature? And what did it look like, if I might ask? Like a unicorn? 4-legged and tall with a pristine white coat and a single horn protruding from its brow? There is no mistake. That was a unicorn you healed. Yeah, no shit. Unicorns are rare and majestic beasts, native to the inner region of Corthius. They are extremely shy and are wont to avoid all contact with man. The notion that you were able to gain its trust is most thrilling. I've seen enough wild creatures to know that its behavior toward you means more than simple gratitude. Nay, the unicorn must have sensed kinship in you. Should you doubt my word, Suicune, pray take this whistle and prepare yourself. A truly uplifting experience awaits. I got a unicorn whistle. Use. You can now summon the unicorn mount. But did it unlock mounts in my thing? Oh, it did. Oh, it let me have it, but I can't summon it. Oh wait, I might be because I'm where I'm at. Oops, that is not leading outside. I probably just can't use a mount here. But I also didn't get a tutorial on how to use mounts, so I'm still not sure. So let's go outside. Let's just go right outside. Okay, so now I'm outside. I should be able to use my mount. Unauthorized to summon mounts. Nope. Still can't summon my mount. I have to actually wait until the quest. Alright, well. Good to know for science. Okay, my friend showed me how to gather, because I could not figure it out, so my friend showed me how to do it. So let's talk to the Guildmaster Fufusha. She's the little Lalafell with a little garden hat. It's quite cute. How goes the gathering effort? Lest you forget, latex can be had just outside the Blue Badger Gate and the Yellow Serpent Gate. Got it. She inspects it. Ah, yes, precisely 10 pods of latex, just as I instructed. You have done well. Latex is easy to find and equally easy to harvest. As such, collecting the stuff is an ideal task for young botanists who are learning their way around a hatchet. Yet, know that being able to swing said tool does not make you a botanist. You must also possess the knowledge to locate the resources you seek. That will be all from me for the present. I urge you to keep honing your senses and skills as a botanist. Gather near and far and learn from your experience. I look forward to seeing you again when you have become better acquainted with our trade. Till then, I bid you happy gathering. The next botanist quest will be available from Fufusha upon reaching level 5, which I've reached level 10. So I am good. Hey Fufusha, I'm better. Zap for smiles. Hello again, Suicune. I'm told you've been putting your hatchet to good use. Well done. Yet, as I mentioned before, hacking away at trees does not make you a botanist. You must also strive to deepen your understanding of nature. I say this to the knowledge that you have done just that. Whether you realize or not, you have the air of a woman who is at ease with the world around her. I do believe you are ready for your next task. I would like you to go to Treespeak and there harvest the pot's worth of maple sap. Once you have enough, pray deliver the sap to Cicely. She will be pleased to receive it. Off you go now, Suicune. Oh, which I happen to already have. Cicely yawns leisurely, then turns to look at me. Cicely is, yeah, that's basically a botanist. She just has like black, brown, and green clothing with kind of a loose-fitting green hat. Oh, a quest for maple sap? Then you'd best bet to search in the vicinity of Treespeak. I happen to be waiting for a delivery of sap myself. Might you be the botanist tasked with supplying it? I am. I think I bought the maple sap so I could actually cook with it, but I mean, it just happened that they needed it. Ah, the maple sap I requested. Then you must be the new botanist Fufusha has been fussing over. Ah, but where are my manners? Thank you. Why do I need so much of the stuff? Well, allow me to explain. It's the very least I can do after all you've done. Boiling maple sap causes it to thicken into a sweet syrup called, you've guessed it, maple syrup. From maple syrup, we can make maple sugar, an ingredient used in various recipes, particularly confectionery for the cakes and tarts to toffees to chocolates. In short, all things that children love. You've probably guessed it by now, but the maple sap you harvested will be used to make sweets for the children, those poor souls who were orphaned by the calamity. Aw, that's really nice. They may put on a brave face, but their eyes reveal the depths of their sorrow. There's precious little joy left in their lives. But Gridania won't abandon them. No matter your walk of life, there is always something you can do to help. Though it may only last a fleeting moment, a single smile of theirs is worth all the effort. My apologies, I got carried away. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. In addition to maple sap, we botanists gather various other kinds of foodstuffs. As such, we work quite closely with the culinarians, those disciples of the hand who excel at cooking. We are also on good terms with the woodworkers and weavers, as both are reliant upon us to supply the lumber and fiber they need for their respective crafts. Got friends, I mean, yeah, without like the wood and all that stuff, yeah, they'd be kind of useless. As botanists, it behooves us to learn what manner of materials are used in crafting, and there is no better way to do so than firsthand. If you have an interest, you might consider dabbing in one of the disciplines out there. I also urge you to make a habit of reviewing the gathering log. As your knowledge of botany grows, more of its contents will become comprehensible to you. Oh yeah, I forgot about like the gathering log and stuff. Well, I'd best see to the maple sap. It was lovely talking to you. Yeah, make them some delicious food. I did not know that. For every 5th level you reach as a botanist, you will gain the ability to detect higher level mature trees and lush vegetation. When this occurs, any new items that are available through gathering will be added to your gathering log. You can use Ab or Call, botanist action, to help you locate the nearest mature tree or lush vegetation within your skill range. Oh, I can pick something. I'm not getting the guild. Definitely the clothing items are going to be a lot more valuable. Gathering plus 8 or... Oh, the gloves have gathering plus 12, so I'm going to take that. Because I don't think I have any gathering gloves. It's hard to keep track of all this stuff already. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have any gathering gloves, so good thing I got that. And then save it. Alright, so since I'm level 10... They didn't give me... Did they give me Hatchet? I didn't actually look at what the other stuff they gave me. No, they did not give me a hatchet. Oh no, they did give me a hatchet. They gave me a bronze hatchet. Okay. I have a better hatchet now. Right, let's see what Fufusha wants now. Weapons of a feather. And I will get a scythe, which let me get bushes and stuff, I guess. Oh, I can get a little cute hat. And yeah, the little cute hat gives me a lot of perception versus the boots. Yeah. Ah, Suicune. You couldn't have come at a more opportune time. I have a favor to ask of you. We have just received an urgent request from the Order of the Twin Adder. They ask that we supply them with 10 crow feathers as soon as possible. Crows often leave behind feathers where they perch, which can be used to make arms and armor. Requests for items have been coming with increasing regularity. The situation must be grim indeed. It would not do to keep the defenders of our nation waiting. I would be most glad if you could help us fulfill the order. Crow's feathers can be found in abundance in the area south of Gilbert Spire. Once you have procured 10, promptly deliver them to Cicely. I've given her charge over our stores. My thanks in advance. I've gathered some already. I just kind of happened to do it while I was raising my level. But let's go get some more real quick. Alright, Cicely, I got your feathers. You're helping us out again? My thanks, friend. In case you've forgotten, the crow feathers can be found in the area south of Gilbert Spire. Here you go. She inspects them. Ah, the crow's feathers. You have my thanks. Doubtless you already know this from Fufusha, but it is the Order of the Twin Adder that requested the feathers. If I heard it true, they're in the midst of preparing for war against the Ixal. The crow feathers are needed to make arms and armor, feathered harpoons, plumed yew crooks, and the like. It's a fine feeling being able to do our part to aid those men and women who defend our nation. But to need such a large stockpile of feathers, it gives me pause to imagine the bloodshed that lies ahead. Will the Twelveswood ever know true peace? Oh, but there I go again with my wistful ramblings. Feel free to ignore me. Now, before I forget, Fufusha asked me to give you something on her behalf. A scythe. Sweet. The scythe is what we call a secondary tool, used in your offhand. It allows you to harvest from lush vegetation, in addition to the mature trees you already know so well. That Fufusha has seen fit to make you this gift is proof positive of your progress. You are no longer a novice, my friend. I dare say you're ready to try your hand at fieldcraft levies, perhaps even to take on Grand Company work. I am nowhere near Grand Company. That's way later in the story. But first, I recommend you head into the wood and find some lush vegetation to try that new scythe on. Off you go now, and come back when you're ready to take on another task for the guild. Alright, so I already have a better hat. I went and I found a NPC that sold some gear, and I actually bought some gear because my stuff was pretty pathetic. So I'm just gonna take the money. So I already had those boots, and I have a better hat, so. Now I'm level 13. Nice. Be a 10. I made it to level 10. Supplies for the sick. I see by the wearing of your saw blade that you have not neglected your carpentry since last we spoke. Very good. You will soon be ready for your third and final test. In the meantime, the guild has need of your services. You are familiar with Ashwood? Ah, but of course you are. I bid you craft me ash lumber. A simple task, you say? Actually, I was doing that anyway, just to get my levels up. Then you shouldn't have trouble crafting me 12 lengths. This is no jest. We used our last few mere moments ago. So you see, this assignment is motivated purely by practical concerns. I would ordinarily handle such a trifling task myself, of course, but I am feeling unwell, and I do believe you would benefit from the practice. Now go, and do not disappoint me. I have 7 ash lumber, but I also crafted a whole bunch of high-quality ones, which, when you're turning in quests, you don't want to craft or turn in high-quality stuff, so let me go make a bunch of crappy ones for you. Beaten, I got your stuff. Ah, have you brought the ash lumber? I did. Here you go. He inspects them. Such a prodigious quantity. Thank you, child. You have done your guild a great service. Ash lumber is renowned for its unparalleled flexibility. This quality makes it ideal for use in bows and myriad of other weapons. By the same token, ash lumber is easily worked and thus ideal for learning the basics of our craft. Such a versatile material is understandably popular, and so we always have need of more. It may... It looks like he's about to collapse there for a second. Also interests you to know that ash possesses certain medicinal properties. Tea brewed from its bark eases various complaints. Complaints such as that which I am presently afflicted. Suffice to say, I am pleased to see that your lumber is dusted with a sufficiency of bark fragments. But let us return to the subject of carpentry. You have proven yourself more than capable of working without my guidance. If you wish to market your crafts to others, speak with Gontrant in the Caroline Canopy. He has an abundance of guild levies waiting to be fulfilled. Continue to... He looks like he's about to collapse again. Refine your skills, and return to me when you are ready to take the next step. Well, I can pick a... So I got a decent amount of experience from that. Some pretty decent gil. 250 wind shards, 200 ice shards, a bronze saw. I think that's a new main hand. Let's see, amateur's headgear, which is control plus 12. Craftsmanship plus 27 seems pretty good. Yeah, I want to get the one that gives craftsmanship. I don't really have any craftsmanship gear. I got some gathering gear for my other characters. Level 12, level up. Yay! So, working my carpentry skills, I happened to get my botany up to level 16 while getting the materials so I can get my carpenter stuff. So let's talk to Fufusha, the guildmaster. Haste makes waste. Ah, my dear Suicune, you are looking ever more a botanist. I mean, I do. I got my gear changed up. I got the little, gardener hat, little flower on it. Nice little brown vest. Nice brown pants. Yep. I do believe you are ready to take on further responsibilities for the guild. Guilds such as ours exist only by virtue of the cooperation of their members. Each individual must set an example for the rest if the collective is to thrive. The time has come for you to set just an example. A matter has arisen, the handling of which I would entrust wholly to you. You may deal with it as you see fit, providing you see the problem solved. The matter in question concerns a valued client of ours, the merchant Albagast. It would appear one of our number has done something to upset him. Pray seek out the merchant at Ebony Stalls and inquire after the reason for his ire. Oh, and choose your words well, lest you add fuel to the fire. I am the wrong person to send for this. Even at work, I can't open my mouth without getting in trouble. Even if I'm just asking a question or pointing out potential, problems for the future, I get in trouble for just saying something. So, probably not the best person to entrust your future businesses. Alright, let's go find this dude. Alright, so it's, here, Albogast, Independent Apothecary. Oh, that makes sense. Fufusha sent you, did she? Good. I'm not a man to mince words, so forgive me if I seem blunt. You and I will get along very well then. As long as I'm allowed to do the same. You know what marjoram is? Isn't that a spice? But of course you do. You're a bleeding botanist. It's a very common ingredient in alchemy, isn't it? Very common. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you botanists supposed to be the experts in harvesting such stuff? Yes, you are. Strange, then, that the expert who brought me my last batch of fresh marjoram didn't so much harvest the poor plants as dismember them. Why, the leaves were so torn up, I couldn't recognize what they were at first. Needless to say that they're next to useless. I mean, wouldn't it still taste the same? I mean, yeah, even if the leaves get cut up and stuff, it would still taste the same, wouldn't it? I mean, we eat ground marjoram and stuff all the time. So, thanks to your herb hacking colleague, I have no marjoram to make my concoctions, which is why I inquired to your guild, only to be told you were out of supplies, and here we are. Now, if it ain't too much trouble, I would be obliged if you could bring me 10 sprigs of fresh marjoram, and I'd please like them whole, as opposed to the fine bleeding puree your bush butchering colleague delivered. Truth be told, I don't much care about your hatchet-happy friend. What I do care about is not keeping my customers waiting for their medicine. In short, hurry. Oh, and for the love of the gods, be gentle with the plants, will you? I shouldn't have to say it, but after the last bloke, I'm not taking any chances. Fair enough, I guess. Okay, back to doing story quests before my friend has my head. Uncombed Urchin. Please help! Sister Orson went out all on her own and hasn't come back. She always reads to me right here about Thal and the Order and the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing, and she went looking for it. But what if the monsters outside hurt her? Please, find her! There's a little group of kids here, waiting for this lady, and she seems to be missing. Possibly doing naughty things? I found Orson, and she was being attacked by rotting mages. So, like, zombie mages, maybe? I'm not sure. Maybe people corrupted by the dark side. Orson, you alright? She's on the floor panting, or on the ground panting. You are the one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. It seemed my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child? Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. It is a ring given him by his mother before she passed. I will see it safely back to him. That was nice. Huh. So nothing naughty. Alright. Isambard, I'm back. Sister Orson was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar? Gods forfend. I will secure a room at the inn for her should she require any rest. Searching for the mementos of orphans? And risking her own well-being in doing so, no less? Certainly not the dastardly deeds Thancred would have us believe. I mean, yeah, that's fair. I mean, no evil person's gonna go do that unless they're really deep undercover. I mean, my Imperial agent has, so... can't put it past anybody. Though I'm pretty sure she's not my Imperial agent. Let's see. Amalja, wrong Amalja, wrong places. Like, all the wrong places. Amalja, wrong places. Jeez. Isambard. I am well glad I reserved that inn room for Sister Orson. It seems she received greater injuries from her attacks than she initially let on. Thankfully, she is expected to make a full recovery. But now, on the matter at hand. Thancred came looking for you once more. He left word that he will be waiting at Amalja encampment to the southeast. I pray the two of you are able to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. Thancred. Ah, there you are, Suikin. So good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard all about good Sister Orson. Isambard said her wounds were serious. It would seem my suspicions about the poor Rose were misplaced. But false though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. Whilst following Sister Orson near Gold Bazaar, a band of Amalja caught my eye. I tracked them as far as the encampment, but, well, let's just say that I would much prefer to keep my distance and remain here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you, dear Suikin. Would you be so kind as to take a look inside? Wait, so you're two chicken shits do, but you expect me to do it? Yeah, I see how that works. Just admit that the freaking female healer is better at combat than you, I guess. Oh, it's these... Yeah, what are these guys? Are these dragon guys? What are you? Yeah, he's like a giant bipedal dragon dude. He's got, you know, like a dragon tail, but he's also got like a dragon tail sticking out of the top of his head, too. He's very, very muscular. Holy shit. Is he like a giant panther man? He's either a dragon or a giant panther man with dragon-like features. But I said right up in his face, even though he's supposed to aggro to me, but he doesn't even want to miss me. He's like, Suikin, no, fuck that. I'm not messing with her. She's a badass, haven't you heard? Alright, so what am I supposed to be doing here? Search for a clue in the encampment. So I need to look for a clue. And their encampment is very kind of bare bones. Like, there's lots of, like, haphazardly thrown together metal fences. There's, you know, houses that were crafted out of just scrap metal and stuff all over the place on the floor. It's like little barrels and boxes and stuff everywhere. A queer leaflet. This looks suspicious. I found something queer for you. They didn't even fight me. They're too scared. As they should be. They all should be scared of me. Thancred must not be level 33 then. Well, did anything tickle your fancy? I found something queer. This leaflet. See the wealth of Nald to the hands of your children. It looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. The lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Nald Thal seem somewhat less than studied. I find it hard to believe one among the Order penned this. Pray take this to the inn at Camp Drybone. Let us see what Sister Orson makes of it. And he walks off. So I'm at the inn, and Orson is sitting on a bed surrounded by 2 children and Thancred. There's kind of like a wooden barrier between her and the next, quote-unquote room, which is completely open. There's no actual closing here. Oh no! So behind this little barrier here, I mean, you can even see in between. It's not much of a barrier at all. I mean, if someone were to get dressed or something, you'd see everything. But there is a Lalafell here. I think she's female, and she's got dark skin, dark hair. She's got like a red and white dress on. And she's sleeping. And in her sleep she murmurs, "Take me, Ruban. I am your Sultana." Some of the stuff in this game, man, I'm telling you. Alright, Orson, we're just gonna ignore that. "My savior, come again." Oh, comes again. "To what do I owe the honor this day?" I found some weird little letter surrounded by a bunch of bad guys. What is this? Blasphemous. These are not our teachings at all. This was not made by any true brother or sister of the Order. Of that, I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago, the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the Order to deceive the people? Well, that wouldn't be good. Thancred, what's your thoughts on this? The plot thickens, Suicune. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to his deception. There is no doubt an irony in there somewhere. Yeah, I'm sure. But I suspect we have a worthy adversary in our hands. I shall consider how best to handle this. For now, I tell Isambard what we have learned here. So we got a faker walking around. That's not good. I have to sniff out the faker. At least it's not Orson. Because that would have been sad, I think, if it was Orson. She seems like a nice lady. Isambard. Posing as a priest? To think. These troubling notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again, Suicune. I shall keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. All that gear sucks. I'm just gonna get some monies. Dressed to deceive. Isambard. I'm afraid I have not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we can identify the culprit, and soon, more innocents will fall victim. Thancred walks up. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Suicune and me serve like with like by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. Isambard. I dare to hope that this will yield us the answer we seek. It will be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. I am next to useless in battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs so long as you don't mind the smell and the stains. I mean, the more smells and stains, the better, I'm telling you. These will serve very well. You have my thanks. Thancred. Listen, Suicune. So as to lay the foundation for our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp and are desperate for coin. To this end, I want you to don the old garments Isambard has lent us, and beg for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. I nod. Alright, let's go strip in front of everybody. So I think I have my garments. Yeah, weathered shepherd's tunic. Equip. And then weathered shepherd's pants. And I guess I didn't get any shoes, so I guess I just have the shirt and the pants. So, since that's not how poor people look, let me unequip my glasses, unequip my other things, unequip my shoes, unequip all my jewelry. Can't have any bling if you're gonna look poor. There we go. I probably need to keep my staff, because I don't want to get into a fight and not have a battle weapon. That would be pretty bad. So I'm just gonna keep my staff, but I'm gonna look poor as fuck. Alright. Let's see. Colonel, the Flame Captain. Hey, I need work. And you're? Poor? Another refugee by the look of you. The immortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Be gone, and see to it you don't make a nuisance of yourself. Yeah, Colonel's got a blue loose-fitting shirt, some brown loose-fitting pants, some, like, black shoes. He's got a big sword on his left thigh, and kind of like, I think a blue or gray leather cap on his head. Kind of looks like a pirate. But I don't think he's part of the pirate clan. Let's go bother some other people. Hey, Adelston. I need work. I'm poor. Give me some money. And I was about to get to the good part because he's reading a book and I interrupted him. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now get out of here so I can finish my story. Oh, is he reading a book? I don't know, I think he's talking to some lady. Maybe she's telling him a story, or he's telling her a story? I don't know, something like that. He didn't like that I interrupted him either way. Let's go bother somebody else. Here's a dude with long black robes, with underneath it white robes, and almost completely covered. He's dark-skinned with white beard. Okay, you tell me how to pronounce S-W-A-E-N-H-Y-L-T. How the fuck do you pronounce that? Swanthlacht. Yeah, there you go. I preach the teachings of Azuma, the warden. Hast thou come to partake of the honey of her wisdom? I'm broke, I want money. Give me money. Azuma is a keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Well, my inquiry is, can she give me money? Open thy heart to the light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught to the end of days. Does that mean you are going to give me money? Because I'm still waiting on getting that money. Where's my money? Alright, I went into a shop of some kind. Speaking to a lady standing next to some shiny armor. Metal armor, next to also some shiny metal shields. Alright. Emigard. Looks like a shop lady. Wearing a kind of like a white overcoat with a red dress underneath. Dark skin and dark hair. Greetings, good madam. Is there aught I might assist you with? I'm poor. Give me money. Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Mayhap you should rejoin your fellows out at the pond north of Sandgate. No money for me then? Oh, she wasn't a quest person. Where's my quest person? Did she respond to my clothing? Even though she wasn't a quest person, I think she responded to my clothing. Let's see if we can find our last person. Oh, they're all up on top of the wall here. Arua did us. Whatever, I'm going with that. What is it? I'm poor, give me money. Gods, not again! Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whomever you like. Why don't you keep with your own kind out by that muddy pond of yours at Drybone? Sounds racist. Or I guess incomist. Thancred, no one likes me. You have quite a knack for being a nuisance, Suicune. Yeah, that's what everyone at work tells me. The camp is abuzz with talk of newly arrived vagrants. And though we were unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond near Sandgate, to the east of here. The eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spiriting away helpless souls. Let us go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. Yeah, that sounds like it's gonna get dangerous though. So that's why I'm keeping my staff. So I'm at the place that Thancred wants me to go, and Thancred has also changed into some dirty poor person clothing. A fine evening for catching false priests, wouldn't you say? Yep. You look absolutely smashing, Suicune. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left is then to wait for our quarry to appear. A person dressed in robes comes up from behind us. Oh, you poor, unfortunate souls. In pain. In need. There... Now you're going to have to go listen to that song. There is no way for men... That is no way for men to live. No way at all. Thancred. Who are you? What do you want? Be at ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I am a priest of the Order of Nadthal, and I've come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teachings of Nald. Trust to them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of penury. He gives Thancred a leaflet. A tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account of this atrocious performance, you would have made a god's awful murmur, Ungust. Uh-oh. What? How did you know? You bastards tricked me. Wow, you're a piece of shit, Ungust. Like, you were a piece of shit before, but damn. But please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Uh-huh. Thancred. Is that so? Do continue. Ungust. Very well. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar, raised there, if not born. Some moons ago, the Amalja raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm and plunder and pillage at will. Our defenders couldn't stand against them, few as they were. Everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I knew, and so I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached the Amalja in hope of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands, outrageous ones. Thancred. Demands? Of what kind, pray tell? Ungust. First of all, they wanted the schedule for crystal shipments from Nanawa mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people. So I posed as a priest to lure the vulnerable and gave them over to the Amalja. I didn't have a choice. Thancred. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence? You could have sought the aid of the immortal flames, yet you did not. I suspect you are not telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak! Ungust looks at the ground. It was good. Thancred. What did you say? Ungust. The coin was good, I said. I could sell mole meat for a score of lifetimes, and not see even a fraction of what the Amalja pay me. Thancred. You sacrificed innocence so that you could line your own pockets? Words fail to express my contempt I feel for you. Yeah, same, yeah. Ungust. Spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone for the mess the world's in, then blame yourselves or the gods. Oh, that shit my fault. Ah! Not you again. He sees me. Thancred. Were you the one leaking the Immortal Flames patrol routes to the enemy as well? Spit it out! Ungust. No, I know nothing about that, I swear it. Thancred. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe aught that leaves your mouth. But no matter, there will be time enough to learn the truth. Ungust. He falls to his hands and knees and he starts sobbing. Yeah. Thancred. Sukim, be a dear and take word of these developments to Minfilia, would you? I shall prize everything I can out of this filth. Aw, can't I stay and watch? The abductees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. Minfilia, I'm back. Welcome back, Suicune. I am pleased that you and Thancred have been getting along. I see. You have done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain whether the abducted were taken, and none but the Amalja know the answer. Suffice it to say, they will not willingly part with this information. I fear blood will be spilled before all is said and done. Life, materia, and everything. Though we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for our cause. That you might take to the field suitably prepared, I would have you meet with the goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mudamix. Mudamix Bubbly Pots. Not even kidding. Mudamix Bubbly Pots. Yeah. And he is a scholar of no small repute. Mudamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. The knowledge of this method was once closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mudamix and his students, it has now been disseminated to the great benefits of all the realm. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mudamix and bid him to use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Mudamix is ever to be found at his camp in central Thanalon, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke, and the way will become clear. Okay, I am at... Where am I supposed to be at? Yeah, I'm supposed to be at like a mine or something. So, I found Mutamix bubble pots. No, bubbly pots. And he kind of looks like a gremlin from the Gremlins movie. And he's basically completely covered in a leather outfit. Minus his ears. His ears are kind of flopping out, which is why I think of Gremlins, because it's got like gremlin ears. His leather mask is white around his eyes and then brown around his mouth. And it reminds me of those horses where they kind of like put a bag on their head when they want to feed him and stuff. It kind of reminds me of that. And he's got some kind of like weird metal contraption on his back. I have no idea what the hell that's supposed to be for. Let's talk to him. Who is Uplander? Come to tent ring of Mutamix bubbly pots. He kind of reminds me of those aliens from Star Wars that are like... They're like little elephant dudes. He reminds me of that. That's assumed like the noise I would think he would make. Fighty Tool drinks in Ares self. That was Swine Bros. Oh dude, that guy is also completely clad in armor, including his face. But it's like mine worker type armor. Phobos. Phobos. It's a, I guess, miner lady? Where she's got like a white sleeveless shirt. She's got a leather cap on with some goggles. Can't see her hair, but looks like she's got some yellow cat eyes. This might be a cat lady. But I can't see a tail. When full of airy self, Fighty Tool changes to Stony Shine, name of Materia. Okay. Kokosamu. Kokosamu is a Lalafell wearing a loose yellow shirt with a straw hat. It's a guy with short brown hair and it looks like red eyes. If Materia joined with other Fighty Tool, Mutamix bubbly pots, then Big Eyes. Fighty Tool gains power of Ares self. Okay. Mutamix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Minfilia. Yep. Yes. Tongue flaps reach ears of Mutamix with fastness. Minfilia wants Uplander to see power of Materia. Uplander brings Fighty Tool to Mutamix. Yes? Yes. Here you go. Fighty Tool is unstrong as Eating Tool. Make good teachy show of power of Materia. The armor-clad dude bends down and gives him something. The swine bros. The Materia Master. Mutamix. Bubbly pots. Now, eyes of Uplander point at Fighty Tool, yes? Materia join with Fighty Tool. Everyone cheers as he roars, I guess. Fighty, he dances. Dances in excitement. Fighty Tool gains power of Materia. Fighty Tool reborn. Here, Uplander, take Fighty Tool to Minfilia. Swine Bros. Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. It is created by drawing out the etheric constituents from a piece of equipment and then crystallizing them. Phobos. Not just any old equipment will serve, mind you. It must have sufficient spirit bond, that being measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its owner's spirit. Kokosamu. When ye attach a piece of materia to gear, ye imbue the host item with power. That's how Master Munimix turned that dagger of yours from somewhat as would have struggled to cut steak into a weapon worth wielding. Munimix. Uplander wishes to be joiner of materia? The Uplander best fill brain case with knowings of crafty making. With knowing of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of materia. If Uplander wants brain case to rattle with knowings of materia, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with learning ones of Mutamix. Okay. So now I have to go back to Menphelia. So let's teleport back there. To the Waking Sands and enter her office. Menphelia. Welcome back, Suicune. I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful. Here's her dagger thing. Ah, what a remarkable difference a single piece of materia can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I am sure you are aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Materia may well give you the edge you need, Suicune, so make it your ally. Now it is time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray speak with me when you are ready to begin. I've actually never done anything with materia. I think acquired a couple of materia before, but I didn't know what to do with it and just never did anything with it. So I don't know how important that really is. I got a new weapon maybe. Let's see. Nope. This weapon is worse than the one I have. Alright, never mind. Lord of the Inferno. Oh no, that doesn't sound good. Word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend Ungus, the false priest. Yeah, I wish I was there for that interrogation. He revealed that he is due to meet with the Almaja to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Almaja responsible for the abductions, and so they mean to have Ungus attend as planned. As the Almaja are anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I would have you provided to them, Suicune. Thancred is presently attending another matter, but will join you as soon as he is able. Until such time as he does, you will be the Scion's sole representative on the ground. Before he left, he bade me to tell you to save some for him, such as his confidence in you, a confidence I share. When you have made ready, praise take yourself to the Camp Drybones and report to the Flame Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Okay, I'm in the, I guess, Immortal Flames little headquarters area. And there's tables everywhere, chairs, documents and things on the desk. There's, bags of supplies on the ground and some boxes. And what is this dude? There's one of those big guys. Is he one of the goblin guys? Or a giant, maybe? But he's struggling to pick up a box. And when I approach him, he says, like, let the Rogaine carry it, they said. Oh, the big strong guy, let him carry it. And even he struggles to pick it up. Alright, let's talk to the Flame Sergeant. He's standing in front of a group of 4 soldiers, and one of them's a Lalafell. He gives me a little salute. Ah, you're Suikyun Astrama of the Scions? My thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Yeah, you are. Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture Amalja and prize from them the whereabouts of the abductees. The lizard men aren't aware that their man, Ungust, has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, so we requested the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much and more of the Amalja plot if the mission succeeds, Suikyun. Let's make sure it does. Can do. That's what I do. I make everything succeed. As by the power of being the main character. Okay, I'm in some kind of ruined city, it looks like. I mean, it's hard to tell if it's like ancient ruins or if it was just destroyed by the calamity. But yeah, there's, crumbling stone, there's steps and collapsed walkways and stuff like that. There's rotting nobles and rotting corpses walking around. Like, there's just straight up zombies walking around. So these all could have been victims of the calamity. Maybe they got wiped out, Pompeii style. And now they're just walking around as zombies. Let's go to my destination. I'm like hiding in a little broken down house, I guess. There's Ungust, that little motherfucker. And there's the Flame Sergeant and a couple of his other men hiding with me inside this little house. Flame Sergeant, is the bait in place? Flame Private, our man is in position, sir. Flame Sergeant, good. We make our move as soon as the Amalja appear. Flame Private, yes, sir. Ungust looks around. So I guess those guys, I couldn't tell if they were like panthers or dragons. Those must be the Amalja guys. The sergeant waves his arm. It's like, attack! Amalja warrior, what is the meaning of this? Wait, something's amiss. Oh, the Flame Private. Because he waved his arm and we all swarmed out and we're like, charge! And the Flame Private's like, wait, something's amiss here. What's going on? Oh, 2 more Amalja show up and from the front and 3 more behind us. We are completely surrounded and Ungust just cracks up. He's even like hitting his knee and shit because he's laughing so hard. That motherfucker. Traitorous flame soldier? Wait, traitorous flame soldier? Oh, the dude smiles. I'm afraid your little ambush ends here. Ungust. I eluded the immortal flame's clutches for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it? Traitorous flame soldier, still grinning like a madman. 'Twas almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside. Ungust. Aye, your every move was known to me ahead of time. Oh, that sergeant dude is pissed. Ungust. Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I have an appointment to keep. Traitorous flame soldier. They're all yours. Ungust just walks off, all casual. And the Amalja, I guess sergeant or whatever, just he's like, attack! You motherfuckers. But we are surrounded on all sides. It's not gonna be good. Holy shit, there's a lot of them. And again, because none of these motherfuckers are in my party, it's going to be nearly impossible to actually heal any of this. One of them are probably going to die. Oh, shit. Because I am over-leveled, I don't have access to my core 2. So, I had to actually put the healer back on if I want to heal anybody. Damn it. Alright. Got it. Means I'm adjusting my skill bar is really bad. It's never good. Usually you want to avoid that. We need to get rid of these guys as soon as possible because they are just swarming us. Oh shit, one guy's dying. Heal! Yeah, there's like 7 or 8 of these dudes per minute. Not at all. There's archers behind us. Hit him. Trying to get these archers. Because they're probably doing extra damage from shooting behind. How long will you last, I wonder? Are you taking bets back there, Ungust? Shit. Yeah, let me heal these guys. Then. Oh, jeez, like 4 more guys showed up. I would very much like to kill you. got a cutscene of me being surrounded. It looks like one guy is dead. Traitor's flame soldier. Put up your weapon, or your comrade's a dead man. Behind you! Oh gosh. Someone shot something at me. Some kind of like purple ball. Oh no, I'm passing out! No! Ungust, bring her. As he looks over my body. Traitor's flame soldier. The rest of you, march! Traitorous. Oh, flame sergeant. Traitorous scum. As I black out. At least I won. I wasn't sure if I won. Because I have lost, even though I like had people alive and stuff. I have lost before. I don't know always what the conditions are for winning. Flame Sergeant, are you alive? I fear the Amalja mean to give us to their god as an offering. If I must die, then let me die a soldier's death, with steel in hand. The Bowl of Embers, now accessible. So I need to do a dungeon. Yeah, the Bowl of Embers. Come on, click on it. Undo that one. That's basic training, I don't want that. There we go. See how long it takes to get a proc. Kind of surprised it's taken this long. It usually doesn't take very long at all. Here we go. Probably waiting on a tank. Look at this guy with a kind of black-looking sun up there. Amalja Zealots. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. Tamagzo. Oh, mighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno. Ifrit. Your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. Oh, the Black Sun awakens into a ball of fire. And there's Ifrit. Ifrit just kind of looks like your typical demonic entity. He's like a very large, horny dragon thing with lots of fire. Tamagzo. Oh, mighty Ifrits, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your godhead. If it pleases you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame, and mark them as your own. Flame Sergeant. Bloody hells! Bring those two as well. Uh-oh. Ungust. Traitor Flame Soldier. What's going on? This ain't what we agreed. Amalja Warrior. None but servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the rite of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. Ungust. No, spare me, I beg you. Ifrit. Pitiful children of men. Be by my breath, I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn. flame engulfs everybody, and I shield my eyes from it. Blue flame surrounds me for a couple of seconds before it dissipates. Flame Sergeant. Oh, mighty Ifrit. Flame Private. My one true God. They stand out and reach to him longingly. Your words are my bread, which was the traitorous flame soldier. They all reach out in longing. Temegzo, impossible! By what sorcery do you resist my master's will? The Amalja looks at me angrily. Could it be? Your soul already belongs to another? Yes, that is the only explanation. The others step away from me with concern, like almost fear. Ifrit seems to be kind of pissed, though. Forsooth, thy frail mortal frame can serve as vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Thou art of the goddess' blessed number. The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered. Yep, Ifrit's pissed. Pounds the ground and fire surrounds. Now his flame is red. So he's got the pissed off flame. My flame shall consume thy flesh and soul both. So this is only a pure boss fight. There's no, like, succumb to the inferno. There's no actual, I guess, dungeon involved. It is just a straight boss fight. Oh, yeah. I can't use, Ow. I can't use my Cure 2 because, again, I'm too high level. So I still need to have Cure. I also need to remember to heal the tank. I was so focused on DPS that I was like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be watching the tank. Thou shall burn for eternity! Uh-oh. Oh god! He just engulfed the entire area in flame. That's not fun. Alright, you jerk. Dead. He's almost dead. He's playing the whole "the floor is lava" game. Ifrit collapses and fades away. I look where he once was, and there's a red crystal. I walk over to it and pick it up. Oh, no, I walk over to it and it floats into the air. And everything fades to white. I have like an arcane symbol underneath me again. You see the blue crystal that I got before. And now red has been added to my collection. A red light shoots from the crystal into the sky. And the scene fades to white again. Back in reality. Thancred, pray forgive my lateness. I mean, you'd have just been taken by Ifrit anyway. I was delayed by a congregation of Malji zealots. I swear, each seemed more evangelical than the last. Yeah, probably. Persist not. Oh, there's still some of those guys alive, and, well, Thancred stabbed them in the head, so, not anymore. I see the Bloodsworn wasted no time extracting the captives. No less than I'd expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. Ungus and the traitor's soldier are handcuffed or, tied. As for these two, it is fair to say their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology, Suicune. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would have never have left you to face it alone. You have been given a veritable baptism of fire. I shake my head. But let us continue this conversation in a more agreeable surrounds. Camp Drybone, shall we say? Flame Soldier. This way, sir! We run off. Nero. So that was the mighty Ifrit. Oh yeah, Nero Tolskava from the Garland Empire. Or Garlean Empire. The guy in red and gold armor. That had the little metal ball or pearl or whatever stuck in his forehead. Yeah, he's watching from atop a little cliff there. It's got short blonde hair. And what a Nero. And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking all Dawn interference into account. Someone approaches from behind, someone in white armor. You should know better than to reply upon 5-year-old data left by the 5th Legion. Oh, the 7th Legion. They approach him. It is a female in white armor. She was one of the high-ups in the cutscene we have, the Garlean Empire. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. We have only ourselves to rely upon. Nero. Ever the pessimist, my dear Livia. Promise me you'll never change. Livia Sass Junius. We've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Nero. Not that there was aught worth a damn for it to read, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with a knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find that I am troubled by that adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Livia. Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. She walks off. Nero, with allies like that, beware a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. Again, it's just basically like the Empire from Star Wars. Okay, let's go talk to Thancred. Ah, there you are, Suicune. Come, rest a while. You will have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious defeat, Amalje will be less inclined to risk our wrath. For a time, at least. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use, to you or the abductees. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds. For once a man is tempered... but it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand, no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual, Suicune. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have the potential to shape the frame of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to the mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the Waking Sands when you are good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. Yep. No rest for the heroic. Let's see, do I have to go back to the Waking Sands? Yes. So let's teleport back to the Waking Sands. In Western Fenelon. Alright, back at headquarters. Passing up Tataru. She's at the desk there doing her job. Being adorable. Scion of the Seventh Dawn, standing guard. Ah, the triumphant hero returns. Thancred told us the news upon his arrival. He is presently in the Solar, giving a full report to Lady Minfilia. You should join them at once. Lady Minfilia is most eager to see you. Thancred and Minfilia are talking. My late arrival nearly cost Suicune her life. If I wasn't there when the Amalja took her prisoner, and I wasn't there when they served her to Ifrit. Aw, he feels so bad about that. Yes, by some miracle, she survived, but that does not excuse the fact that she should never have had to face such dangers alone. I failed her utterly. Just as I am failing you all. Damn, Thancred. Calm down. You're doing a great job. Minfilia. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every... She looks to me as I enter. Suicune, it is good to see you again. Thancred. Impeccable timing, my friend. I had just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. Thancred has told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great, yet a part of me believes that I had no cause to fear, and now we can put paid to our long investigation. As we suspected, the Amalja undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their primal, Ifrit. Nor is this tale limited to Ul'dah. Similar incidents have been rife in both Lominsa and Gridania of late. Thancred. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume ether if they are to maintain their presence here. And the stronger they become, the more ether they require. Now, ether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air that we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he has his kind require a more concentrated source of ether, crystals. Minfilia. It is for this reason the incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal. Thancred. Which leaves us with the why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of ether. Minfilia. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon towards which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is this common together, or etheric coalescence, which grants the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. Thancred. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give, and in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you yourself are subjected. Thancred crosses his arms. Minfilia. Yes, even as a freak took your comrades in his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the Echo. We know not the why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to the primal influence. Oh, so Thancred would have resisted had he actually been involved. I thought he would just been as, enthralled as the other guys. It is as though a greater power protects us. When first you came to us, I told you that the Echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. Thancred. The recent incidents all share a common trait. Meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. Minfilia. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. The immortal flame assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of the respite, Suicune. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who felled Ifrit, I fear you'll have nary a moment to yourself. I will be a veritable celebrity. Thancred approaches me. Whether she intended to or no, Minfilia neglected to tell you something. Something I think it would be best you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I am sorry to report that all are to be put to death. The flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there was any other recourse. But once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very essence lends strength to the primals whom he cannot choose but worship. And so we Scions continue our fight, that no more innocents need to be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us, Suicune. Damn, that sucks. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffered. Till next time. He gives me a little, not a salute, but just like a little gesture of, camaraderie or something. He kind of held his hand up with a little fist. He stops and kind of looks up thoughtfully. Gods, forgive me. How many more lives? Louisoix would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. That's a lot of pressure you're putting on yourself, dude. I mean, we're all doing our best. And I don't know this Louisoix guy. I didn't play the game before. But, I mean, I'm sure he's amazing and all, or was amazing because he's dead now, but, I mean, you can't be him. There's a reason Louisoix was Louisoix. It's because he was Louisoix, and you're not. A hero in the making. Alright, let's see what this is. Amphilia. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Therefore, you're traveling the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Wida and Palpamio that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. She looks to her left at the door, to her office. We have guests, Suicune. Or rather, you have guests. I have guests? Why do I have guests? Beg pardon! 3 men enter the room, followed hurriedly by Tataru, and all 3 of them salute at me. Flame Officer. Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. Serpent Officer. I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. Storm Officer. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom Grand Company of Limsa Lumensa to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. That third guy is a, green orc-looking dude. Minfilia just kind of shrugs helplessly. As you can see, Suicune, your recent exploits have garnered you the attention of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's Bane for its own. To this end, all 3 have sent officers to court you. Oh, jeez. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. Minfilia looks at Tataru. I find myself wondering how word of Suicune's deeds spread so quickly. That the immortal flame should know of her triumph is to be expected. But what of the other grand companies? Tataru dances around nervously. Serpent Officer. Your reputation precedes you, Mistress Asterma. 'Tis no ordinary woman who can face a primal and emerge the victor. And imagine our pride when we learned that you began your journey as an adventurer in our own Gridania. Know that the people hold you in high esteem, and that you will always be welcome among us. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of valiant women such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. Flame Officer. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Mistress Astroma. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. A woman of your talent belongs with the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Ul'dah. The green ogre dude. Storm Officer. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It's only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Lumensa to the shores of glory. I just kind of gape at all of them like, what the fuck? All 3 of them salute in their own way. They all had different salutes, too. Grand Company Officers. Lady Minfilia. She just shrugs. Very well. Though I am quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respected city-states in time of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa Lominsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. Serving a Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may well prove useful to you in your other endeavors. If you are agonizing over which of the Grand Companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so. And yet, I concede that it is no small choice you face. Yeah, I really did agonize over this choice the first time. A thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? All of them salute. A fine suggestion, says the serpent officer. Flame officer. You are as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Storm officer. Very well, let Suicune hear our leader speak, then return here with her decision. We eagerly await your answer. They salute. And walk off. Tatsu shrugs and sighs. and leaves the office. She's like, I couldn't stop them, I swear. I know full well the adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed, and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a Grand Company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Suicune, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet, know that the great power is wont to attract attention, not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet, however vigilant you are but one woman. In the midst of a Grand Company, however, you will be one woman among many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Companies seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I will have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Kind of like a walkie-talkie. Eorzea is changing, Suicune, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now, it is time you make ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will appraise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. And if I remember, those services take a minute. I mean, they're good speeches and stuff, but man, do they take a while. I want to speak to these officers since they're still here. Serpent officer. So, he gives me So, let's see. Serpent Officer. He did the... I think he's the one from Gridania. And he did the thing where he, like, put his two arms in front of himself with his fist clenched and then, like, bowed his head. Yeah, he's from Gridania. The Elder Seed Seer speaks only truth, and her words have the power to touch the soul. At the sound of her voice, all fall silent and attend her. I mean, I don't like her all that much. I mean, she seems okay, but, you know, she's not that great. Flame Officer. Let's see, Flame Officer, he basically puts one arm behind his back, one arm over his chest, and I think he, like, stomped one foot when he did his salute. He's the Flame Officer. The Flame General is a passionate man, and his words never fail to light a fire in the belly of those who listen. I am sure you will be no exception. Oh yeah, he's the guy from Old Da. He's probably talking about Ruban. I mean, Ruban is pretty cool. And then Storm Officer. So the Serpent Officer is wearing a yellow jacket, Flame Officer is wearing a blue jacket, and the Storm Officer is wearing a red jacket. Storm Officer is the guy that's like the green orc. He gives me like your typical real-life army salute where he, you know, puts his hand over his forehead kind of thing. When the Admiral speaks, every pirate listen, and that is no small thing. She is a born leader. The kind one would gladly follow to the seventh hell. She is pretty amazing. I already know who I'm gonna pick, and it's gonna be her. And I don't know, I really like her. And she's got exactly that where, you know, she says stuff and she's badass. So, I am gonna pick her. Spoiler alert, but she will be the one I go with. Alright, now I need to speak to Tataru, so let's leave the office. Exit to Vesper Bay. Walk up the stairs. I like that Tataru is so short, she literally has to stand on a chair to read the book on the table. Relatable. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Suicune. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly, and often, to a few too many people. And next time I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the Remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the three services, and Elder Seedseer Kan-E Senna will deliver her address at Miketo Amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all of the involved parties, it's possible that the order of these services might change. Still, there is not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Ul'dah, where Flame General Ruban Eldin will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there to be a special guest. How exciting! Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Lominsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merlweb Blowhism, whatever, will be giving her address. I'm just going to call her Pirate Lady. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry Xanthiel, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find the Remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though. With your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. You're a treasure, Tataru. Treasure. So, per following Tataru's directions, I am at Gridania. I am at the amphitheater, which is the place we did the ceremony, where I had to put on the mask and then I passed out on stage and all that stuff. So that is where I am at. And when I get into the cutscene, there's gonna be a bunch of people surrounding here. You know, like, obviously the audience is gonna be talking and all that good stuff.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 Seedseers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer.
So, if you remember, we took a coach ride at the beginning of the game, and there were 2 passengers with us. Well, besides the other guy that was talking to us the whole time. There were, like, 2 kind of young people that had both had white hair and the elven ears. That's these 2 people. We see them again. And this time they are wearing kind of like noble blue coats or fancy blue coats with white pants. I don't know if it's after Labor Day, but they're wearing white pants. And the guy that just spoke is Self-Assured Youth. He'll be very important.
The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness.
So, on the stage with the Queen Lady or whatever she is, the Elder Seed or whatever, there is the Isumiye, or Isumiyan, or whatever his name was, the Guildmaster, and there are 2 other, like, conjurers that were on stage, and they'll become important later, because they're actually part of my class quest later.
And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Carteneau. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, Their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk
pox
the
on the
high
bloody
roads without
Ixal.
fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
Everyone closes their eyes.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
Cynical girl. She's the, I think, sister of the other guy who spoke earlier.
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the
All
forest.
the elementals!
She turns to the people on stage, then they walk off. The crowd clears.
If you'll permit me, Alfino.
Elfinod. So he's the guy who was speaking earlier.
And my sister, Alize, at your service.
Alize.
I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
Elfinod. The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have contended with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition, and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal, Garuda. The sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramuh. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you must be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it's broken. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to an all-out war. And when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them? Well, perhaps we will find out, if the Elder Seedseer's words fell on fertile ground. He nods. Him and his sister walk off. I mean, I can appreciate, wanting a peaceful resolve and everything, but no, can't go with her. Continuing to follow directions, I am at Old Da. So let's get this started.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanama herself!
And Roban as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Rauban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Naldal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard.
That's Elfanad.
Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not.
People are closing their eyes, bowing their heads. Others are doing their specific salute where you've got one arm behind their back. one arm like clenched on their chest, basically.
And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous?
Raban has his arms out wide.
I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act.
It focuses on the Sultana, which is like their queen, who is a Lalafell, actually. And she's got fair skin, pink hair tied up in loose, like long, loose pigtails, with a very royal white and pink dress with large, what looks like pink pearls on the front. It has like large decorative, almost like brooches or something on her front. And a crown made of, like a crown that goes over her forehead, made of gold with those same, like pink, what looks like pearls.
Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand.
Ruban thrusts his fists into the air, gazing into the sky. And again, Ruban, if you forgot, is like a giant black dude with a short, trimmed beard and mustache, with dreads and the giant black metal shoulder pauldron on his left side.
Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people.
Ya for Ul'dah!
Together we are one.
He kneels down.
Your grace.
Raban?
That is Nanamo ul Namo, the Sultana. He picks her up with one arm.
People of Ul'dah, I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measured that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn! Forsooth!
The time is now!
Fancy meeting you again.
Hey, it's Alphaned. It's like you're following me. The Aldans have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribes that worship the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. Yeah, a couple times. The Aldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Aldans send their forces to smite the primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder, then, that the Immortal Flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventure of your expertise would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. His sister is the first to walk off again. She didn't even say anything this time. I mean, Raban gives a very... There's a dude in a chicken outfit dancing. Oh, that's my friend! Oh, jeez. Just dancing in a chicken outfit, just boogieing down. I don't even know where he got that. Alright, but yeah, like I was saying, Raban gives a good speech. He really does. But I don't think he can compare with the Pirate Lady. So let's go check out the Pirate Lady. Okay, so we're at Limsa Lominsa. And let's go talk to the Storm Sergeant. He's the guy that talked to me at the Waking Sands. Here to attend the Remembrance Service? Be quick, the Admiral is due to give her address at any moment. Proceed to the stateroom? Yes.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride.
If you don't remember, the Pirate Lady, I think her name is Merlwyb? M-E-R-L-W-Y-B? And she's basically a pirate vampire. She's got a long black pirate coat with white gloves. She's got very white skin, like almost undead type white skin. Not quite, but pretty close. White hair that looks like it's permanently blowing backwards. And I believe she also has white eyes. And she's got basically like red lips. So yeah, vampire pirate. And she thrusts her left fist into the air.
700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The Crimson Field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the Black Longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Carteneau. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. Yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
She gives a salute. The crowd does the same.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
I think the Sahagin are those weird fish people.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now, the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying Crimson Standard and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral! Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass? I'll follow ye to the 7 hells, Admiral!
The crowd disperses.
Fancy meeting you again.
Alphadad. Do you see why now I gotta go with the pirate lady? She's awesome. As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa Lominsa is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth, and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Lominsians' backyard. And that is to say, not of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions. And while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Lominsans are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. They also seem to have the most problems. His sister walks off and Alphanod nods to me before following her. But see, they seem to have the most primals that are threatening the land, and they have the Garleans. And if the Garleans are striking them first... Oh, I gotta call my little walkie-talkie. Minfilia. Suicune, this is Minfilia. You are well, I hope? Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago, you say. What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. But yeah, so the pirate guys, they have the most issues that needs to be resolved. You know, Gridania just has, you know, the Sylphs aren't even their enemies. They just have the Ixo guys, and they don't seem to be that much of a threat, honestly. And then with Ul'dah, they're just kind of greedy. They focus a lot on money and stuff. Like, yeah, they're taking in refugees and things, and I guess they're one of the few places that are. But they're only doing so probably because they think they can essentially get slave labor out of them. You know, so not the best look. I mean, again, Ruban gives a great speech, but at the same time, his people aren't really striking me. Like, they have a great Sultana. You know, she seems to be, you know, a nice person and all, but they're not going to likely be a very good, you know, people to be with. Whereas the pirates, you can always just trust pirates to be pirates. And with them, you know, fighting each other and having two primals they have to deal with, and the Garleans, I mean, if the Garleans are attacking from Limsa Lominsa, then that's where I'm going to want to be to head them off. Because if they take over the pirates, then they'll be that much stronger. So I'm going to want to help them to get rid of the Garleans. So that is what I'm going with. Amphelia, I'm back. Welcome back, Suicune. Were the Grand Company leader's words as illuminating as you had hoped? Yeah. Each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Suicune. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company's officers your answer. I got a little cutscene. There's Elfinid.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
That's, Alice? Alice? Whatever her name is.
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
Alicia? Whatever, I forget. I already forgot.
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies.
He takes a sip of his drink.
Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alisaie, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience.
Elfinid casually takes a sip of his drink.
There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Alize. I think that's what he said her name was. Alright, Storm Officer. He salutes me. How was the Admiral's speech? Ah, but you need not explain. That you stand before me now is answer enough. You have resolved to join the Maelstrom, have you not? No. Well, I dare say you have your reasons, but mark me, in stormy seas, the strong of arm and stout of heart must pull together or the vessel will founder. And when a ship goes down, the passengers always share the fate of the crew. Remember that. Yep, I want to talk to each one of them just to see their responses. Flame Officer, he also salutes me. Welcome back, adventurer. I take it General Ruban's words kindled a fire within you. Join the Immortal Flames? No. What? You cannot seriously be considering joining another grand company. Why, they are not nearly as grand as ours. Uh-huh. Serpent Officer also salutes me. Ah, I take it the Elder Seedseer's words have touched your heart. Have you resolved to entwine your destiny with that of the Twin Adder? No. Ah, forgive me. In my eagerness to embrace you as a sister, I mistook your intention. Yeah, I like the Storm Officer. Because it's just very practical. It's like, if we fall, the rest of you motherfuckers are dead. So... yes, I want to join the pirates. Cue the, I Am a Pirate song. That's the spirit, lass. With allies like you, how much stronger is our crew? Let us brave the seas together, friend. Now, the choice is made. It is time to add your name to our rolls. Make your way to Limsa Lominsa and seek out the Grand Company's headquarters. The company you keep, Maelstrom. Maelstrom Command is located on the upper decks. I will send word of our personnel officer to expect you. The duties of a Maelstrom soldier can be both arduous and challenging, but I promise you, you will not regret this choice. May your passage be swift and your bearing sure. Okay, so I'm basically at the pirate, like, guild hall. Kind of like how I have the guild hall at the, like, the Waking Sands, or at the, like, Craftsman Guild and all that stuff. They have, like, their own guild hall. It's just not like the other guild hall we've seen. It's more of like an open, office-y type area. I mean, you just walk right in. There's not even a door to prevent anyone from walking in here. So, Storm Personnel Officer. So again, these guys have very, very red, long coats. And like a big official fez, red fez on their head. Because fezzes are cool. Let's talk to him and see what he says. Hail, adventurer! What business have you at Maelstrom Command? Let's see, how will you respond? Again, this is like one of the 3 choices I've ever seen in the game so far. See, my name is Suikyun Astrama. I believe you are expecting me, or I am here to enlist if you will have me. Now, they said to give them my name, so I am Suikyun Astrama. I believe you are expecting me, because I am very awesome. Suikyun Astrama. Aye, our recruitment officer sent word of your coming. It shall be my honor to induct you into the ranks of the Maelstrom. Now, before I can accept your oath, you must be made aware of several... Storm Private. Sir! The guy runs up with a brown coat with a big axe on his back and some kind of like brown hat and kind of like almost jeans. And he just saluted the guy. Storm Personnel Officer. What is it, Private? And this had better be important. I'm speaking to the great Suikyun here. How dare you interrupt my celebrity talk? Storm Private. Sir, we received a report from a lockout in Lower Nasia, sir. Imperial forces have fired upon a High-Wind Skyways airship. The vessel is in a bad way, sir, and appears to be banking for an emergency landing in Cedarwood. Oh, Cedarwood. Oh, Storm Personnel Officer. Cedarwood? Damn it! We have no troops available in that area. The bulk of our infantry is bogged down on the coast, skirmishing with the fishbacks. He looks to me. Astrama, this is highly irregular, but I fear your first duty in service to the Maelstrom must needs be unofficial. If our man in Lower Nasia is correct, the airship will come down in territory crawling with Imperial scouts. If there are any survivors, we must reach them before the Garleans do. Make haste to Cedarwood, locate the airship, and if any of its occupants are alive, make sure they come to no further harm. We'll see about swearing you in upon your return. I nod. Can do. Let me go be a badass again. Because that is what I do. Came out in the field, and I found the airship and an airship crewman. Oh, gotta leave party. I should have known. See one of those, like, green orc dudes hide in the grass. How would giant orc dudes hide in the grass? I don't know. How was I louder than the giant orc in the grass? So, I stepped on a twig. A bunch of Garleans that were looking at the ship turned around with their weapons drawn, and a dodo bird happened to just run by at that moment. So they go, it's just a bird. Airship crewman. An adventurer. What are you doing out here? No, wait, let's find some cover first. Again, how they don't see a giant orc is just beyond me. We ran 5 feet, now we're huffing and puffing like we were just ran a marathon behind a tree. Maelstrom Command sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. He gets ready like he's gonna fight me, and I was like, no, this is a misunderstanding. An orc and a Lalafell and someone else approach. Storm Lieutenant, be at ease, sir. We are of the Maelstrom. You're a Garland Ironworks engineer, yes? One of our lookouts reported an attack on your craft. We're here to rescue you. The Storm Lieutenant looks to me. You must be Astroma. Good work on reaching our friend here before the Imperials. The other orc that I rescued kind of taps his forehead in confusion. He's like, huh. Imperial soldier. I've never seen a craft of this design. It must be a Garlon's work. Is there no end to the man's treachery? Just a balloon tied to a ship. I don't know what you guys are talking about. The secrets of Magitech belong in Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. Oh, he spots little... I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but remember those troll dolls? From, like, when I was a kid? They had, like, little plastic dolls, just hair that stuck up. Yeah, that's basically what they see behind a wall, or, yeah, basically behind, like, a little wall in the ship. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must. And bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garlon's crimes. Storm Lieutenant. Scouting party from Castrum Occidents, I'd say. Seeing they want your ship engineer. Airship crewman. Wedge! You have to help him. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. Storm Lieutenant. The tiny Bronco? Isn't that the new design people have been whispering about? Airship crewman. It's the finest airship we've built since the Calamity. The first one since Master Garland. Well, since he went missing. Biggs. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight. And she was soaring. She really was. Till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Storm Lieutenant. Alright, pay attention. We're going to hit these Imperials hard and fast. If they want a souvenir from Eorzea, they can have a knife in the gut. But they're not getting that ship. Oh, and don't forget to save the Lalafell. Storm Lieutenant. What say you, Astroma? Ready to give those curs a hiding? Yeah, a hiding. I nod. Damn right I am. Let's go. Like a tidal wave, lads. Charge! The engineer, the orc guy, stands behind the tree, just kind of waits. They're like, yeah, you guys got this. Imperial soldiers. An ambush! 2 arms! I mean, I'd be scared of a giant pirate orc with a big axe. Duty commenced. Gut the bastards! Keep them away from the airship! Here, Healer, I gotta... Oh, there's a... Archer, I better take out the Archer. As usual. One Archer down. Gotta make sure no one's dying on my team. Don't want anyone dying that I don't want to die. Ow, that Archer just showed up. Shoot a bunch of bombs in here. There's another. Die, Archer. Why are you an invalid target? Oh, you're my guy. That's why. I'm trying to shoot my own guy. Savages, you cannot stand against the might of the Empire. This has gone on long enough. Exterminate these bastards. Teach them the futility of resistance. So you're saying resistance is futile? Is that what you're saying? I'll see myself out. More guys showed up. So far, my guys don't seem to be too weary for the wear, but they are getting there. Let me kill that archer. Kill this guy real fast. Especially since he doesn't know how to move out of the AoEs. And they're just gonna stand there and take it when you need to. A lot easier if I could use my cure too. And if I was able to target the guy I want to target, I could heal him. Oh, cure too. Oh, crap. Don't target me. Magitech Vanguard. Hey, you're not supposed to run off. Get over here. I'm basically fighting a giant Gundam wing. A giant robot. I beat it! Yay, I won. Wedge. Biggs! Biggs. Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. So Wedge is the Lalafell that was on the ship. He's got black, red. He's got black hair, but it fades to red as it nears the tip. Wedge. That was a close one. Biggs. Too damn close. So, how's she looking anyway? Wedge. The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. Biggs. A few minor modifications, and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. Storm Lieutenant. We'll stand watch until the ship is ready to take off. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts eventually, but I doubt they'll get here for a good while yet. Astroma, you're free to return to the Maelstrom Command and complete your induction. Ordinarily, I'd ask you to stay, but I think we'd all feel better knowing an adventurer of your ability was safely sworn in and ready for the next mission. Rest assured, I'll inform Command of the part you played today. Biggs. I, just wanted to say sorry. You know, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously, though, if it hadn't been for you and the Maelstrom lads there, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Wedge nods. Biggs. Wedge! Wedge. Thank you. We're very grateful. I was like, Wedge, hello. Where's your thanks? I'm back. Storm Personnel Officer salutes me. Welcome back, Astromon. I just heard the report. You needn't be concerned about the engineers. They completed their return trip without further Imperial interference. I must admit, I had my doubts at first, but it seems the stories about you are true. I look forward to seeing what else you're capable of, after you're properly inducted into the Maelstrom, of course. Now, speaking of your induction... Till sea swallows all. Let us start afresh, shall we? Two other officers appear behind him, and they all three of them salute me. You are welcome here, Suikyu and Astroma. That such a well-respected adventurer would choose to join our ranks is most heartening. Before you swear your allegiance to us, however, it is only right that I tell you exactly what it is that you will be joining. Bunch of pirates. A grand company is more than simply a collection of soldiers. It is an all-encompassing organization which draws upon the resources of an entire city-state to form a united military force capable of standing against a nation's deadliest enemies. We of the Maelstrom are charged with meeting the threats posed by the Primals and the Guardian Empire, and solving the many problems caused by the calamity. Every man and woman who serves under our colors has a role to play in keeping the great warship that is Limsa Lumensa afloat, and on whatever heading Chief Admiral Merlwib, I'm not even going to try and pronounce her last name. Her last name is B, like in boy, Loefhiswyn. You go try and pronounce that. Sees fit to set. As part of this grand vessel's crew, you will be expected to take your turn at the oars. For the winds do not look favorable, lass, and strength of arms may be all the seas safe to port. Oh, may the seas all us safe to port. If I've lost you with talk of ship and oar, let me put it another way. A Maelstrom soldier labors till her last breath to fight till her last drop of blood. We give our all in service to this nation, and no less it is expected of you. Astroma, it is customary for new recruits to swear an oath of their own choosing upon entering the Maelstrom's ranks. Is there aught you'd like to say? Let's see. What oath will you swear? You have my sword till sea swallows all. What skills I have are yours till the sea swallows all. I will follow the Admiral to the very bottom of the abyss, and ... I will follow the Admiral to the very bottom of the abyss, because she is awesome. As would we all. A capable crew is one thing, but unswerving loyalty is a trait that cannot be trained or bought. Well said, lass. Suikyu and Astroma, I hereby assign you the rank of Storm Private, 3rd class. You are now officially a soldier of the Maelstrom. Welcome aboard, Private. May you serve Limsa Lumensa till the sea swallows all. And they all salute me. And I salute. And people behind me cheer. I'm gonna unite you motherfuckers. Oh, I got a call. Can you hear me, Suikyu? This is Menphilia. An officer of the Maelstrom contacted me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Astroma. I have no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a woman of the storm, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. Storm Personnel Officer. No rest for the wicked, eh? Nope. Before you make yourself scarce, I recommend having a word with Commander Reiki. Might be worth your while. If I remember correctly, this is when I get my friggin' chocobo. I think it is? No, that's not them. That's somebody else. Commander Reiki is a cat girl, I think. You may now accept the quest My Little Chocobo by speaking with Rashat Reiki. This quest must be completed in order to proceed to the end of the main scenario for A Realm Reborn. Wow, you have to do it. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, damn. Delivery mission unlocked. I'm not really sure what that means. Alright, Grand Companies. You are now a member of a Grand Company and have been assigned the rank of Private 3rd Class. Your Grand Company and rank can be confirmed at any time under the Profile tab in the Character interface under Character in the main menu. Grand Companies pay their members not in gil, but in company seals. You can confirm how many seals are currently in your possession under the Currency in the main menu. Seals can be earned by completing various Grand Company missions. A Grand Company Quartermaster is stationed at each Grand Company headquarters and will exchange items for company seals. Company seals are only redeemable with the Grand Company that issued them. So because I'm with the pirates, I can only get pirate seals and exchange them with pirates. Supply and provisioning missions. The Grand Company of Eorzea are in constant need of supplies and provisions to maintain their daily operations. Adventurers can earn experience points and company seals by crafting or gathering the items required and delivering them. Speak to a Grand Company personnel officer or one of the many officers stationed throughout the realm to complete the delivery. Items sought change every day in Earth time. They can be confirmed by selecting timers located under duty in the main menu.